Ladies and gentlemen, the other hand is proud to present Chris Rush.
You all feeling good? Damn it, you should feel twice as good. You're alive. You know, that 3 Mile Island thing could have cooled it for all of us. And I don't know how you could remain calm while it was going on. Not with the headlines in the Post. Remember the headlines in the Post? Nuclear power runs out of control. We're all going to die. Giant Amish attack New York. Throwing noodles at airplanes. Then did you see the interview with the schmucky farmers in the area who won't move? Excuse me, sir, we just took a radiation reading on your farm. It's like Venus. I know, I like it. 2-headed cows out of sight. And now that Ma grew that big thing on her head, we don't need a scarecrow. You know who the head engineers of 3 Mile Island were? Moe, Larry, and Curly. You guys need to relieve pressure. You live in really high pressure times, and Americans are now having to adjust to a condition that Europeans in the third world are used to, but it's totally aberrant to us. Shortages. Pretty soon, Korean kids are going to adopt Roy Rogers. Now, I don't like to laugh at somebody's physical pain, you know what I mean? But I'm watching Channel 7 News a couple of weeks ago, and they have this poor guy on. His whole head is in bandages, right? Looks like a soccer ball with tape all over it, right? And his jaw is wired up. And the reporter from Channel 7 says, "What happened to you, sir?" He says, "Well, I run this gas station. And I went over to the dude and I said, 'It's an odd day. You got even plates.' Guy went over to his trunk, took out a 2x4, tried to make me short. And that's just gasoline. In a few weeks, they say we're going to have a nationwide trucking strike, which means there'll be massive food shortages in New York. Now that's going to be a bitch. New Yorkers will go berserk. The first people to freak out will be overweight people. Wandering bands of fatties holding up Dunkin' Donuts. All right, give me all the chocolate ones, man. Put them in the bag. All right. You see a guy go over to Carvel with a machine gun, man? All right, man, let it run. I want 2,000 pounds of vanilla to go. I'm gonna lay under the chocolate machine and suck the nozzle. You'll have to cop illegal black market food in Washington Square Park. Psst, come here, man. You want a Pop-Tart? Twinkies? Chips Ahoy? Keebler Elves become multimillionaires? Buy a big tree? Yeah. We are not used to shortages. We're Americans. We're spoiled. But what the hell? I mean, we've got the advantages and the disadvantages of being in America. One of the disadvantages is we're totally media-oriented people. You know the rumor that the world is ending? I know it's not a big rumor, but it's going around. They even made a movie called The Late Great Planet Earth, okay? Now, which says that, according to Nostradamus' predictions, current headlines are leading towards the end of the world. But because we're Americans, don't worry about being terrorized. If the end of the world is coming, they will break it to us gently. Late-night television commercial. Crazy Eddie. We'll have an end of the world sale. Come on, Sony Betamax is 1 penny. We got stereo, $2. We're all gonna die. Well, listen to this. I'm not making this up. Somebody handed me from the audience an article, and it said, they found 5 joints of Columbian in a nuclear missile silo. They get bored down there, and they get fucked up. Who knows? Some guy, I'm really smashed, man. Fuck Moscow. I'm gonna blow their asses up. I don't know if the end of the world is coming, but something interesting is happening in 1984. All the planets in our solar system are lining up. Now, the last time that happened was millions of years ago, and it caused minor occurrences, like the continents. So we might have a slight problem here in New York. 700 feet of water. New Yorkers don't care. Fuck it, it's water. See pimps with aqua lungs. Want a bubble jump? Nothing hassles New Yorkers. New Yorkers are the strongest people in the world. If King Kong was on the Empire State Building, it wouldn't have been like in the movies. It would have been, look at that big gorilla. Hope he don't shit or fuck up traffic, baby. The opposite of LA people who are mellow from eating their favorite food stuff, guacamole, you know what I mean? Here's an LA guy being mellow. Hey man, your kid just put his head in the microwave oven. That's cool, man. That's his thing. I'm mellow, I don't give a shit. Los Angeles area, they have an earthquake every 72 hours, and they live in stilt houses. They figure if there's a major quake, the house will walk to safety, you know what I mean? Give you a criticism of New York from LA. How can you live in New York with the violence? It's easy. We have simple violence here. We have profit-motivated violence. Give me your bread or I'll blow a hole in your favorite organ. Really easy to figure out. I like my balls. Here's my bread. Out on the West Coast, they get a lot of the cult murderers. Well, it's Easter. We need 20 hearts. Let's go. And a lot of the psychotic killer types, like Son of Sam. Now, that's hard to deal with. How do you deal with a dude that says, I'm gonna fuck you up with this axe because my little dog told me to do it? How do you handle that? When you woof, 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 woof. Put the knife down, woof, woof. How do you like owning a dog in New York now with that new fascist law? I never thought in any place short of Nazi Germany, cops would force you to pick up doo-doo. And they do, man. They come over there, all right, pick that shit up. Put that shit in your pocket. Sit down. I miss the dog shit, man. They used to give me exercise. I just had a pole vault out of the house, you know? Had a bizarre offer for me. You see, I gig mostly in the cultural circles you live in. But I had a gig upstate New York, and a guy came over to me, and he asked me to go hunting with him upstate. Now, this is a liberal village crowd, and I know how you feel about hunting. You're gonna go hunting, you stupid macho asshole? You're gonna kill Bambi? What's the matter, you got a little dick? Well, let me tell you something. If you're anti-hunting, you better be a vegetarian. Because you know what those cows you've been eating for years? They are not suicides. They don't find a note, can't take the farm anymore, sign Elsie. Yeah, damn cow took pills. Hung itself, yeah. I don't want to go hunting because I'm afraid of my own ass. You go hunting in the Rocky Mountains, you get rural people with tremendous sense of patience. I'm gonna wait 9 years to kill that goddamn deer. You go hunting upstate New York, you get people from Bayside, Queens, with an attention span of 3 minutes from watching television all their lives. They go berserk in the woods. We've been here 4 fucking hours, man! I'm going crazy! Tie some branches on your dog's head, send him out there. How about your little boy? He wets the bed, fuck him. Here we are, in the center of the drug culture, here in Greenwich Village. We all have a blind spot in relationship to marijuana. There's nothing wrong with it. It has no drawbacks. Bull. Grass has drawbacks. First of all, it makes you overly suggestive. Hey man, you want to put your dick in the toaster? Sure, what the hell, man? And people get high too much. They get high for everything. Well, gonna go across the room. Let's get fucked up first. Well, gotta go back. Let's get fucked up. And grass causes laziness. Did you ever see two guys living in a house upstate New York with 50 pounds of good weed? Hey man, the house is on fire! Fuck it, it's gonna rain tomorrow anyway. That's why you'll never see a country that has thousands of acres of prime marijuana growing wild, overachieving. That's why you'll never see a Colombian space program. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Fuck it. Let's look at the lights, man. All they did. It's also dangerous to move a vehicle while stoned on grass. We all know, of course, the real way to get killed in a car is by drinking alcohol. Here's driving wheels on alcohol. Grass doesn't screw up your reflexes in the car. It screws up your sense of judgment. Yeah, we'll make the ferry. Let's go. All right. And you get hung up on weird shit. Look at the lights on the wet street. Look at that. Wow. Hey, man, we're in Corvettes. But the government is getting more realistic in relationship to marijuana. You know, about a year ago, they were bananas. If you were a letter to Washington a year ago asking for facts about marijuana, they had the nerve to refer you to what they call a factual documentary film made in 1933. Film called Reefer Madness, right? Which we know is a slight exaggeration. In the first scene in Reefer Madness, they show 5 full-grown dudes smoke 1 skinny joint. 2 rapes, a murder, and insanity. You can't get shit like that anymore. Last week, I'm watching television, and they're talking about marijuana busts. This is the biggest marijuana bust ever. 55 tons of marijuana on a boat, on a Liberty ship made during World War II. It was smuggling hundreds of thousands of pounds of marijuana for 3 years before they busted this boat. Now, you explain something to me. They say it's a $10 billion business. Maybe that explains it, but we've got anti-missile missiles that can hit a warhead coming in at 15,000 miles an hour. But a Liberty ship going... I got marijuana, and I only go 5 miles an hour. 3 years to catch him? Maybe there's slight bribery going on. With numbers like 10 billion, you can bribe anyone. You can bribe Superman. All right, Superman, 2 million. No, I'm Superman. 5 million. No, I'm for justice in the American way. $10 million. I'll kill anyone you want. I'll fly shit across the border. Had myself terrified last week. Was flying on Allegheny Airlines. All right. I know how you feel about it. I feel about it the same way. It does not inspire confidence when the pilot says, "This is your pilot Zeke speaking." And he's got a straw hat and stuff like that. And the co-pilot's got no teeth in the front, right? And they come out together and they look like the guys from Deliverance. You're gonna do some praying. Right? And they have Purina peanuts on the plane, right? But the lady next to me on the plane is reading Time magazine, which has an article about air traffic controllers. You know, the guys that guide the big jets into major airports. They have tremendous responsibility, a lot of suicides, tremendous tension. So they use recreational drugs. According to Time magazine, you know what their favorite recreational drugs are? Quaaludes. Can you imagine guiding in jet airplanes on ludes? Hello, flight 241? You're gonna die. Hey, Bill, wake up. Look at this crash, man. Because Quaaludes have a strange aspect. They have a salted peanuts amnesia effect. So you do tremendous amounts and you forget how many you did. How many did you do, man? 1 or 2. Or 50. Did you sleep late? Yeah, I missed June. And they take your pulse with a calendar, you know what I mean? Thank you. By the way, in the future, no one will have to worry about dying in a jet airplane crash. Because in the future, we're not going to use physical airplanes. You see, the United States government just developed, and this is true, a high-energy beam that breaks down pi meson bonding in matter. That's the beginning of matter transportation. You know, like on Star Trek when Kirk gets in a machine like, he's in Jersey? Soon you'll go to LaGuardia Airport, but instead of getting on an Allegheny jet to go to Chicago, you'll get into the Allegheny beaming device, and you'll be in Chicago. Of course, you'll still have those same stoned air traffic controllers fooling around with your molecules. There could be hideous accidents. Holy shit, man, look what I did to the poor guy from New York! I got his molecules mixed up with his luggage! Right? You show up in Chicago with a handle on your head, man, you know what I mean? An orange Naugahyde ass, right? Dirty jockey short hanging out of your face, man. Will the guy with the zipper please go away? Got to be careful, you know. I'll tell you another drawback of grass, and we're all aware of it. Grass causes bizarre alterations of your eating habits. I'm not talking about munchies, that's just a quantitative freakout. 10 more Whoppers, please? I'm talking about you eat bizarre stuff. You wake up bare-ass naked in the middle of the refrigerator, covered with Chips Ahoy cookies, and you're sucking the Bosco pump. Which, besides being disgusting, is dangerous. Uncontrollable sucking of the Bosco pump can lead to the worst pimple in all of pimpledom. A side of the nose never comes to a head-hurty pimple. Navajo Indians tortured prisoners making them eat chocolate until they grew a hurdy and then touching it. Ah! Oh, 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 oh. Grass makes you schizophrenic. The evil Dr. Jekyll in you comes out in relationship to food and says, eat something shitty dripping with grease. That's why you go to a place like White Castle hamburgers. Lowest food in the world. Piranha fish will not eat White Castle hamburgers. You know what I mean? They don't fool around. They cook that stuff in Vitalis. Yeah. Either that or you go to McDonald's because you have no choice. McDonald's has billions of dollars worth of ads on, and they are psychologically perfect to appeal to your subconscious. We're Americans. Most Americans, fortunately, don't know the experience of true hunger. You know, half gut hunger, half psychological hunger. You're driving along with that psychological hunger dominant, and all of a sudden on the horizon, you see those two big, enormous neon titties. Immediately, you mentally retrogress, and you pull in. Right? And McDonald's don't need your money. They're getting so rich and powerful, they're doing what Howard Johnson did. They're branching out to the motel business. Pretty soon, you'll be able to pull in for McNap. Then they get into prostitution, McNookie. Some stuff you won't eat, though, right? Everybody has food prejudices. There are people here that would have to have a gun to their head to eat liver. Eat the liver. No, kill me. Kill me, I don't want the liver. Kill me. All right? My food prejudice is tongue sandwich. How can you eat a tongue sandwich? How can you eat something that tastes you back? You go, the sandwich goes, That's why I can't eat those little cherry stone clams from Long Island, because of the way they advertise them. Fresh, fresh, super fresh, fresh, super fresh, fresh. They're fresh, all right. They're so fresh, those little guys are alive when you eat them. That's why they put lemon on it, to blind them. Besides, the human race, which I assume most of us are members of, except for the two aliens in the back over there. See? We have a bizarre technique to decide what we consume as edible protein on this planet. You know how we figure out what's edible protein? We give the item in question an IQ test. If the thing is dumb enough, we eat it. That's why we don't eat dogs in general. They're fairly bright. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Look at that. Smart as a whip. Try that with a cow. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Moo. Why, you dumb bastard. Let's eat him. You gotta be careful, though, using it as a barometer for what we eat. Earth is running short of protein, and there's an awful lot of dumb people. Smith, 26 in math, 41 in physics. You wanna get on the truck, please? Yeah. Make dummy burgers. How many people here believe in alien life in the universe? Yeah. It's becoming more and more of a popular belief. I just really hope that the aliens are nice guys. Because, you see, if aliens can fly interstellar distances, their IQ level is so much greater than we lowly humans that compared to them, we're like our own animal kingdom. I hope they treat us better than we treat the lower forms of animal life on our planet. And you know we fool around with the animals. You've all seen documentary films, right? About the ranching industry. Take a red hot piece of metal, burn a cow on the ass. What do they always say just before the branding scene in those films? That don't hurt him. He likes it. Come on, man, burn my ass. Tie me up and burn my ass, I'm kinky. What about your own accidental animal abuse stories? Remember when you were really young, you didn't have it together yet? Your mama gave you a little green turtle from the pet store? Oh, look at that turtle, Ma. Gee, his legs come off. Look at that. And his head turns around. Yeah, squeezing makes duty. Girls are not that bad. Guys are the worst. Guys are little sadistic bastards. Hey, Ma, the gerbil's caught in a toaster. I don't know how he got in there. Trying to teach him how to read. Now, everyone in this room, I can feel it. There's a lot of love in this room. There's a lot of liberal people here. There are people who love all humans. But could you get on with a dude from Alpha Centauri? Could you get high with 700 pounds of snot with red hair? Would you pass that mother a joint, man? Holy shit! I'm gonna puke! He gets the munchies, he absorbs the dog. They're up there, all right. And I know what kind of guys they are. They're strange looking. You see, when you see movies, they always make them cool. Like, except Alien, which is kind of a horror. Alien looks like a large zucchini with fangs, all right? But how about Close Encounters, like Gumby? Hello, Earth people. Hey, have some dope. Here's the cure for cancer. They could come down here and be bummers. They could be intergalactic Republicans. Come down here and club us like baby seals. Look at his jacket, genuine Pollock. Or they can make pets out of us. That'd be a bitch. They won't let you read the paper. You gotta do it on the paper. They make you wear a Hearts Mountain crab and clap collar. And if you want to go out a lot, they have you spayed. You get overweight, watch daytime television. Chariot of the Gods. All right. Excellent book. A book that postulates that all of the world's great mythological beliefs and all our great religions are founded on an early human-alien interaction. Supposedly, aliens landed here when we were prehistoric, and they impressed the hell out of the local human cavemen with their superior technology. But human cavemen were schmucks. We could have been impressed with anything. An automatic umbrella. Look at that hot shit, huh? Start building the altar. I'd like to see the aliens who started the traditional Jewish religion. Couldn't you picture it? 2 million years ago, saucer comes down. Alien gets out. Looks like an artichoke with distinguished gray sideburns. Starts looking at the primitive humans and goofing on them. Look at them. They've got external genitals. Let's do a goof on them. All you humans, cut the tip of your dicky off. Holy shit, they're doing it. Let's open a deli.